You're listening to Country Music Junkies, hosted by Patrice Whiffen. This week on Country Music Junkies, I am pumped to be chatting with Dustin Bird. Dustin, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, really pumped to be chatting with you. I was saying to you offline, a lot has changed in your world in the space of a very short amount of time. The last time I saw you, you were doing your thing, a very talented artist. You've got the Country Music Association of Ontario nomination for Rising Star, but now you've also got a record deal, an album, new video, new single at radio, or coming out very soon. Where do we even begin?
Yeah, well, there's a lot happening. A lot happening.
But it's
yeah,
all
the
exciting
album,
stuff.
it is really exciting, and I'm just excited to be able to get the music out, like to finally be able to, get it to people and let people listen to this album as a whole. It's been a long process making this music, and of course, like all of these other things have happened kind of in the meantime. COVID happened, and worked on some other tunes through that, like Together We're Strong and stuff, and
Yeah.
did the live off the floor pieces because we couldn't do live shows, and all of it sort of led up to this deal with Open Road, which has been really, really exciting, and they've been so supportive
Yeah.
throughout this release of the album. So yeah, I'm just excited to be able to get the music out there.
Excellent. Well, okay, let's start with the record deal, Open Road Recordings. You've got some incredible label mates, and Ron Kitchener definitely is a guy who knows what he's doing. How did that deal come to be?
Well, they are fantastic. They are really a fantastic group of people. Ron is great, and it's really, really exciting, and I'm like really excited to be a part of such a great group of artists. Like you said, like those artists on the label are making music that I love, and that's what makes me feel really, really at home at Open Road. It's like I already, have connected with the music coming from that label for so long that it just feels like such a great fit. And of course, everybody there is just working really, really hard, and they're really supportive. And and basically, like, it just was the right fit for us. And the timing was really, really perfect. Like, I'd been working on a bunch of these tunes, and they were like, hey, like, we dig what you're doing, and I'm like, well, I dig what you're doing, so why don't we
Let's
like,
do this.
team up? Yeah. So it's been great. It's been really, really fast paced,
Excellent.
to get all this stuff together and ready to go for radio on March 1st. So we've been working really, really hard, but it's been a fun process.
Awesome. So let's talk about first the debut album, Unscripted, released earlier in February. What has been the fan response so far to that piece?
Yeah, honestly, it's been kind of overwhelming.
Fair. Yeah.
But people have been connecting with the songs, which is the most important thing for me. Just hearing what people like, on the album is different for everybody. Somebody likes the song Unscripted and they like people. Somebody is like, hey man, like It Ain't Me is just so sick and whatever. And I'm like, well, thank you. And I'm just glad that you like a part of it, just
Right.
people are finding tunes in there that really connect with them. So that inspires me to, continue to create and to make stuff that's diverse. Like a big part of this album, and kind of the whole purpose behind it is to show all these different sides to me as a
Right.
creator and as a person, to show that diversity, so people, connect with their own pieces of that, and that is really really awesome to hear, and it's really important and validating, I think, as a creator.
Absolutely. Now, for those who haven't heard the record yet, or maybe they're not familiar with your style and sound at all, how would you describe not only the stories that you tell, but also the sound?
It's just me. It's a country sound. This is like country music first and foremost, and I'm telling my story. But I tend to be inspired by a lot of different sounds, and I tend to listen to a lot of different stuff and just pull from different places that are maybe a little bit unconventional. And that just creates kind of this really, really wide palette. So every song on the record has its own kind of personal identity that really just speaks to the story of the song. So
Right.
that's how I kind of approach my production, and how I lean into creating. I just kind of go with wherever that song takes me. So, if you listen to the record, the second tune on there, It Ain't Me, that is a really up tempo, like kind of funky disco pop thing.
Right.
Really fun for me to play as a player and as a musician. But for me, like as the writer of the song, it really just speaks best to the story of the song. It really communicates the idea. And then, to follow that, we have Broken Lonely, which again has its own identity. Still very much a country tune, and the reason for all these songs being country songs is just, that's what I write.
Right.
That's those are the sounds that I like, but I kind of like to put them together in cool ways, just to tell that story.
Absolutely. Now, Broken Lonely, you mentioned, is going to radio on March 1st. Very exciting. What made you pick that tune?
It's just such a real song. It's just such an honest song.
For sure.
When I wrote it, I was kind of just looking back at where I was when I was a teenager, and where I thought I'd be. And I think we all tend to do that. Like we look back and we reflect on, did I really see myself being here? 10 years ago, where
Yeah.
did I think I'd be? And I just found myself in a different place. I thought I'd, maybe be in a relationship. I thought maybe I'd be like super rich and living in, wherever, right? Just living on the
Right.
beach somewhere. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I had, these different ideas of where I thought I'd be. And I wrote the song around that. And as I was writing it, it just kind of validated my own experience for me. And it kind of made me feel like, you know, wherever you are, like it's okay. Like it's fine. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's really easy, I think, to compare yourself to people online and, your peers and stuff, and be like, oh, I kind of wish I had what they had, or to never really feel like what you're doing is enough. But
Exactly.
I think it is, and I think everybody's on their own journey, everybody's got their own story. So that song for me was really kind of just validating that and telling my story, which is Broken Only.
There you go. Well, I feel like a lot of people can definitely relate to not only the song title, but the message of that song. And I think it's a great sort of introduction to you as an artist with this new chapter in your journey. So I'm looking forward to hearing it on the radio. But again, fans, you can check out Dustin Bird's debut album, Unscripted. It is available now wherever you stream music. Now, Dustin, if fans want to connect with you, where is the best place for them to go?
If you want to connect with me, you can hit me on Instagram or Facebook, wherever whatever social media you like to use. Just search my name, Dustin Bird. You can go to my website, dustinbirdmusic.com, and that'll give you the more businessy side of it. You can, hit all the socials from there and stuff, watch the videos, find the songs. But if you want to connect with me, it's real easy. You can find me.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dustin. Really appreciate it. Best of luck with the radio single launch, and looking forward to seeing a live show, hopefully in 2021.
Oh, man. Yeah, I would love, love, love to play these songs live.
Well, we hope that we get a chance to hear you play them live. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Dustin, thanks so much.
Thank you.